Alexander the Great, also known as Alexander III of Macedon, occupies a unique and revered place in the annals of history. Born in 356 BC in Pella, the capital city of the Kingdom of Macedon, Alexander's birth heralded the dawn of a new era that would witness the rise of one of antiquity's most influential figures. The Macedonian court, steeped in tradition and intrigue, provided the backdrop for Alexander's formative years, where he was surrounded by a diverse array of scholars, philosophers, and statesmen. His father, King Philip II, was a shrewd and ambitious ruler who laid the groundwork for Macedonian expansion and military prowess. It was within this dynamic environment that Alexander's early experiences and education took shape, shaping the trajectory of his legendary reign. From a young age, Alexander displayed exceptional intelligence, curiosity, and ambition, traits that would define his leadership style and strategic vision in the years to come. His education, overseen by the eminent philosopher Aristotle, was not limited to academic pursuits, but also encompassed physical training, military strategy, and political acumen. Under Aristotle's guidance, Alexander delved into the works of ancient philosophers, studied scientific principles, and honed his oratory skills, emerging as a well-rounded and intellectually astute individual. The assassination of King Philip II in 336 BC thrust Alexander onto the throne at the tender age of 20, amidst a tumultuous political landscape fraught with challenges and rivalries. Despite his youth, Alexander quickly asserted his authority and embarked on a path of conquest and empire building that would transform the known world. His reign from 336 BC to 323 BC marked a period of immense expansion, cultural exchange, and military triumphs that continue to echo through the corridors of history. As the ruler of Macedon, Alexander inherited a kingdom poised for greatness, with a disciplined army, a robust economy, and a strategic geographical position that provided access to both Europe and Asia. His ambitions, however, extended far beyond the borders of his kingdom, fueled by a fervent desire to emulate the heroic feats of legendary figures like Achilles and Heracles. Alexander's vision was not merely to conquer lands and amass wealth, but to leave an indelible mark on history as a visionary leader who bridged cultures, promoted knowledge, and reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the ancient world. The early years of Alexander's reign were marked by a series of military campaigns that showcased his military genius and strategic prowess. His first major conquest was against the formidable Persian Empire, then the dominant power in the region. In 334 BC, Alexander crossed the Hellespont with an army of approximately 35,000 troops, embarking on a daring expedition that would culminate in the defeat of the Persian forces at the Battle of Granicus. This initial victory set the stage for a series of triumphs that would see Alexander's empire expand across Asia Minor, Egypt, and beyond. From his earliest days under the tutelage of Aristotle, Alexander exhibited an insatiable thirst for knowledge and a deep-seated curiosity about the world around him. Aristotle, himself a towering figure in ancient philosophy, provided Alexander with a comprehensive education that transcended traditional boundaries. Under Aristotle's guidance, Alexander delved into the realms of philosophy, science, mathematics, and literature, absorbing the wisdom of ancient thinkers while also exploring new avenues of thought and inquiry. The intellectual stimulation of his education was complemented by practical training in the arts of war and statesmanship. Alexander's exposure to military strategy and tactics during his youth, under the watchful eye of his father King Philip II, laid the groundwork for his future military conquests. He learned the art of leadership, the importance of discipline and organization, and the strategic acumen required to navigate complex political landscapes. As Alexander ascended to the throne of Macedon, he brought with him a unique blend of intellectual curiosity, military prowess, and visionary ambition. His early campaigns against neighboring Greek states served as a precursor to his larger ambitions of conquering the Persian Empire and beyond. The Battle of Chaeronea in 338 BC, where Alexander played a crucial role in securing victory for Macedon, showcased his strategic thinking and leadership abilities on the battlefield. The assassination of King Philip II in 336 BC catapulted Alexander into a position of power and responsibility that would test his mettle and shape his legacy. Despite the challenges and uncertainties that accompanied his sudden ascension, Alexander wasted no time in asserting his authority and consolidating his rule. His decisive actions, including the swift elimination of potential rivals and the implementation of administrative reforms, demonstrated his political acumen and determination to secure the stability of his kingdom. The early years of Alexander's reign were marked by internal consolidation and external expansion. He embarked on a series of military campaigns that would see the Macedonian Empire grow exponentially, encompassing vast territories stretching from Greece to Egypt and as far east as the borders of India. These conquests were not merely driven by a thirst for power or glory, but were motivated by Alexander's grand vision of creating a unified empire that transcended cultural and geographical boundaries. The early years of Alexander's reign were a crucible of challenges and opportunities, where his leadership skills and strategic vision were put to the test. In the aftermath of his father's assassination, Alexander faced internal dissent and external threats that threatened to unravel the stability of the Macedonian Empire. However, he proved to be a formidable and resourceful ruler, swiftly quelling rebellions and consolidating his hold on power. One of Alexander's first acts as king was to secure the loyalty of his father's generals and supporters, a task that required a delicate balance of diplomacy and assertiveness. Through a combination of strategic alliances, military demonstrations of strength, and astute political maneuvering, Alexander was able to rally the support of key factions within Macedon and solidify his position as the undisputed ruler. With his internal affairs in order, Alexander turned his attention to external challenges, chief among them being the Persian Empire. The Persians, long regarded as the dominant power in the region, posed a formidable obstacle to Alexander's ambitions of conquest and empire building. However, Alexander saw in the Persian Empire not just a rival, but also an opportunity to leave a lasting legacy and reshape the geopolitical landscape of the ancient world. The campaign against Persia was meticulously planned and executed, showcasing Alexander's strategic brilliance and military ingenuity. His crossing of the Hellespont in 334 BC marked the beginning of a series of decisive victories that would culminate in the fall of the Persian Empire. The Battle of Granicus in 334 BC, where Alexander's forces triumphed over the Persian army, set the stage for further conquests and solidified his reputation as a military genius. As Alexander's empire expanded, so too did his vision for a unified and cosmopolitan society that transcended ethnic and cultural boundaries. He encouraged the blending of Greek and local traditions, fostering a vibrant cultural exchange that enriched the fabric of his empire. The founding of Alexandria in Egypt, a center of learning and innovation, symbolized Alexander's commitment to promoting knowledge and intellectual pursuits. Despite his military successes and visionary leadership, Alexander faced numerous challenges and setbacks during his reign. His campaigns in Central Asia and the Indian subcontinent tested the limits of his empire and strained the loyalty of his troops. The Battle of Hydaspes in 326 BC, where Alexander faced the formidable Indian ruler Porus, highlighted the logistical challenges and resistance he encountered in his eastern conquests. However, Alexander's legacy endured long after his death in 323 BC. His empire, though short-lived, paved the way for the spread of Greek culture and ideas across vast territories. The Hellenistic period that followed Alexander's reign saw a flourishing of art, literature, philosophy, and science that owed much to the cultural fusion and exchange facilitated by his conquests. In this sense, Alexander's legacy as a conqueror and visionary continues to resonate through the ages, shaping our understanding of ancient history and the enduring quest for greatness. As Alexander's empire expanded, his vision for a unified and cosmopolitan society evolved, encompassing not only military conquests but also cultural integration and administrative innovation. His approach to governance reflected a blend of Macedonian traditions with the diverse customs and practices of the conquered territories, creating a dynamic and multicultural empire. One of Alexander's key strategies for fostering unity and cooperation among diverse populations was the policy of syncretism, which encouraged the blending of Greek and local cultures. This approach aimed to create a sense of common identity and shared values, bridging linguistic and cultural barriers within the empire. The promotion of Hellenistic culture, language, and institutions served as a unifying force that transcended ethnic divisions and promoted a sense of belonging among subjects of the empire. The founding of new cities, many of which bore Alexander's name, Alexandria, played a central role in his vision for cultural exchange and integration. These cities served as centers of learning, commerce, and administration, attracting scholars, artisans, and merchants from diverse backgrounds. The establishment of libraries, academies, and cultural institutions in cities like Alexandria fostered intellectual exchange and innovation, contributing to the flourishing of art, literature, and philosophy during the Hellenistic era. Moreover, Alexander's policies towards conquered peoples reflected a pragmatic approach that balanced assimilation with respect for local customs and traditions. He appointed local officials and administrators to govern provinces, granting a degree of autonomy while ensuring loyalty to the central authority. This decentralized approach to governance allowed for flexibility and adaptation to the diverse needs of the empire's territories. In addition to cultural integration, Alexander implemented administrative reforms aimed at streamlining governance and promoting economic prosperity. He standardized coinage, established trade routes, and encouraged agricultural development, leading to increased prosperity and stability within the empire. The creation of a common legal framework and administrative bureaucracy facilitated communication and coordination across vast distances, enhancing the efficiency of imperial governance. Despite these efforts, challenges of cultural assimilation and governance persisted, particularly in regions with strong cultural identities and resistance to foreign rule. The diversity of languages, religions, and customs within the empire posed ongoing challenges to the ideal of a unified Hellenistic society. Nevertheless, Alexander's legacy as a visionary leader who sought to create a cosmopolitan and interconnected world endures, influencing subsequent empires and shaping our understanding of multiculturalism and diversity in ancient civilizations. Alexander's legacy as a conqueror and visionary leader extends far beyond his military conquests and administrative innovations. His impact on the ancient world can be seen in the enduring influence of Hellenistic culture, the spread of Greek language and ideas, and the legacy of his empire-building efforts. One of the most significant contributions of Alexander's reign was the promotion of Hellenistic culture throughout his vast empire. Hellenistic culture, characterized by a blend of Greek, Persian, Egyptian, and other regional influences, flourished under Alexander's patronage. The establishment of cities like Alexandria in Egypt and Seleucia in Persia served as centers of cultural exchange, where scholars, artists, and intellectuals from diverse backgrounds converged to create a vibrant and cosmopolitan society. The fusion of Greek and local traditions in art, architecture, literature, and philosophy gave rise to a rich cultural tapestry that reflected the diversity and creativity of the Hellenistic world. The development of new artistic styles, such as Hellenistic sculpture and painting, showcased a synthesis of artistic techniques and themes from different cultures. This cultural synthesis not only enriched the artistic landscape of the ancient world, but also facilitated cross-cultural dialogue and understanding. Furthermore, Alexander's conquests facilitated the spread of Greek language and ideas across vast territories, contributing to the emergence of a common cultural and intellectual framework. Greek became the lingua franca of the Hellenistic world, facilitating communication and exchange among diverse populations. The translation of ancient texts into Greek, such as the Hebrew Bible in the Septuagint, enabled the dissemination of knowledge and religious ideas across linguistic and cultural boundaries. The legacy of Alexander's empire-building efforts can also be seen in the enduring influence of Greek institutions and administrative practices. The establishment of Greek-style cities with democratic governance, educational institutions, and civic infrastructure laid the foundation for urban development and cultural innovation. The legacy of Greek philosophy, including the teachings of Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates, continued to shape intellectual discourse and scientific inquiry in the Hellenistic era and beyond. Moreover, Alexander's conquests paved the way for the integration of diverse peoples and cultures into a broader network of trade, commerce, and cultural exchange. The Silk Road, a network of trade routes connecting East and West, flourished during the Hellenistic period, facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies between Europe, Asia, and Africa. This interconnectedness fostered economic prosperity, technological innovation, and cultural diffusion across the ancient world. In conclusion, Alexander the Great's legacy as a conqueror and visionary leader transcends his military achievements to encompass a broader cultural, intellectual, and economic impact on the ancient world. His promotion of Hellenistic culture, the spread of Greek language and ideas, and the legacy of his empire-building efforts continue to resonate through the ages, shaping our understanding of ancient civilizations and the enduring legacy of multiculturalism and global connectivity. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.